you had a chance to talk to Geno Smith about Chip Kelly. I mean, I'm always going to direct the topic of conversation of this show towards Chip Kelly, my favorite coach in NFL history, my favorite coach in college football history. I'm so excited that he's back in the NFL with an actual chance to succeed. I think he's in line to take over for Pete Carroll if he wants to, or to just be like the resident, because he said he doesn't like being the head coach. There's too much stuff to deal with. I think he could just be like the resident offensive guru genius for the rest of his career there. I don't know. There's so many potentials here for Chip Kelly. We've talked a lot about the maturation of Kelly at Ohio State. You outlined that really well, I thought, during the college football season. We brought it back during the podcast, and people can read about that in your takeaways. But what I'm curious about, Albert, is like, how did it look? Because I know that Geno mentioned to you in your takeaways, which you guys can read at si.com, the ball's coming out fast again. We're getting the ball out quick. What did it look like to you when you were there and you got a chance to see it at practice?
So this is kind of like an interesting anecdote, right? Like, because I was sitting with a couple other guys later in the day, and I said, man, like the offense looks smooth and efficient. And one of the guys said to me as we're sitting there, yeah, that was our sloppiest day of training camp so far. And so like that kind of hit me like, wow, like Geno had a throw to Jacoby Myers at the end of practice that was like a seam route down the middle. And it just looked so smooth the way the play ran. You know, it was just, all right, like Geno snap, sees it, balls out, like decisively thrown down the middle of thrown down the seam for a touchdown, and the offense wins. I think they were in 2-minute drill at the end of practice. And it's just there's a flow and an ease to the way that the offense is playing. Now, are they good enough, like player for player? Maybe not yet. You know, the receiver situation is going to have to work itself out. You know, I think Trey Tucker becomes an interesting weapon for them because I don't think he's had somebody at quarterback with the ability to get him the ball downfield. And every coach that I've talked to who's had Trey Tucker there has said like, oh my God, we're excited in the different ways we can use him. And he's so explosive. So that's a name to watch because I think Geno's arm strength might unlock Trey Tucker a little bit. So he's one to watch. Jack Betch, who they drafted out of TCU.
Yep.
We got to figure the receiver situation out, but the line should be better. And they have the Colton Miller thing taken care of. Dylan Parham, I think, is going to be a really good guard for them. DJ Glaze is somebody they like. And then they have Genty and Bowers as kind of the guys they can build the offense around. And they think Genty is going to be like a true 3-down back. So I think they've got enough. And you watch like the way that the offense operates and how just there's a rhythm to the way they play. And it doesn't mean just playing fast, because I think there's that stereotype. And you and I talked about the difference at Ohio State last year. They were the slowest moving offense in college football, and it was intentional. And they've used pace in different ways now. But there's just like a rhythm to the way that the offense worked that I'm really excited to watch. And you know, I can still remember that first game for Chip Kelly. I think it was in Washington, right? Like in 2013, where it looked like the Eagles had no idea, or it looked like the Redskins at the time had no idea what was coming and just had been slapped upside the head with like just the sort of shot that you had no idea where it was coming from. And I wonder if it's going to be a little like that early with teams dealing with Chip Kelly this year.
In San Francisco, I want to read a passage from your takeaways.
New England opener is really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, this is a team that I think everybody in the NFL is just going to kind of have a side eye on. And as fast as information travels now from coordinator to coordinator, how easy it is to digest, I wouldn't be surprised if everything that Chip does on a weekly basis is on a playlist for other coordinators just to check out. Yeah. And they obviously get their first crack at that in New England.